The Baltimore Ravens are about to pull off a move so legendary it might actually break the NFL trade market forever. We are talking about a massive draft day heist that could land a former superstar pass rusher and a future first-round pick in one single, calculated swoop. Is this the masterclass Baltimore needs to finally get over the hump and bring another Lombardi trophy to the bank? Or is it a complete disaster waiting to happen that will haunt the franchise for years? The stakes have never been higher, and the rumors coming out of the front office are absolutely insane. Before we dive into this chaos, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. The buzz around the league is reaching a terrifying fever pitch over a projected trade proposed by top-tier league insiders that is currently sending shockwaves from the Inner Harbor all the way down to South Beach. Here is the blockbuster deal that has everyone losing their minds. The Ravens would ship their prestigious 14th overall pick to the Miami Dolphins. In exchange, Baltimore doesn't just get a late first-round pick at number 30, they also snag an additional 2026 first-rounder and the young, explosive edge rusher Chop Robinson. On paper, this looks like an absolute heist for a Ravens team that historically loves to stockpile draft capital like a dragon guarding gold, but it means moving back a massive 16 spots in a loaded draft class. For Miami, this is a desperate, high-stakes power move to jump into the top 15 and grab a franchise cornerstone to save their rebuilding efforts. But for Baltimore, this is about playing the ultimate long game. Chop Robinson is the ultimate wild card in this equation. He was a human wrecking ball during his rookie year, posting pass rush pressure rates that put him in the elite tier of all defenders in football, not just rookies. However, his sophomore slump in Miami was nothing short of a total nightmare, with his production falling off a steep cliff and leaving fans wondering if he was just a one-hit wonder. But wait until you hear the secret reason why this disappointing player might actually be the missing piece for the Ravens' defense. The real reason this trade makes so much sense comes down to one brilliant mind, Jesse Minter. The new Ravens head coach has a terrifyingly good track record of fixing broken edge rushers and turning them into all-pro threats. Just look at the magic he worked with Odafe Oweh. After Oweh was shipped off to the Chargers and looked like he was heading straight for a bust label with 0 sacks in his final games, Minter unlocked a terrifying new version of him in Los Angeles. If Minter can perform that same defensive alchemy for Chop Robinson, who still possesses an elite pass rush win rate of nearly 19% when he's focused, the Ravens' defense becomes an impenetrable fortress that no quarterback will want to face. Currently, the depth behind stars like Trey Hendrickson and Tavius Robinson is dangerously thin, almost like walking on thin ice. Adding a high ceiling, elite talent like Chop while still maintaining a first-round pick is the kind of genius chess move that keeps rival GMs awake at night in a cold sweat. It's about taking a gamble on pure, raw talent and trusting your coaching staff to refine it into a diamond. Who's to blame for the Dolphins wanting to give up on such a young, high-potential talent so quickly? Drop a name below. If Baltimore pulls the trigger on this deal and moves back to the 30th pick, the draft board opens up in a massive, unpredictable way that could redefine the team's offense. One name sitting at the very top of the list is Kalin Rutledge out of Georgia Tech. He's a versatile, physical beast who can slide into that critical center spot, a position where the Ravens are currently in massive, glaring trouble. If the NFL season started tomorrow, that interior offensive line would be a total, unmitigated catastrophe for Lamar Jackson. Then there's the prospect of Denzel Boston, the towering wideout from the University of Washington. This kid is basically Alshon Jeffrey 2.0. He has a massive frame, incredible catch radius, and he is a true X-receiver. He would give Lamar the massive, reliable red zone target he has been dreaming of since he entered the league. With 19 combined touchdowns over the last 2 years and a record of almost 0 drops despite over 100 catches, he is the definition of a sure thing in a world of uncertainty. But what if the front office decides to double down on the defensive side of the ball instead? Kaden McDonald from Ohio State is widely considered the premier, elite run-stuffer in this entire draft class. He doesn't just play the game. He eats double teams for breakfast and would solidify the middle of the Ravens' defensive line instantly, allowing the linebackers to roam free and cause havoc. On the flip side, some fans are whispering about the potential of Peter Woods from Clemson, but let's be totally honest here. Drafting him at 30 feels like a massive, dangerous reach based on pure hype rather than actual on-field production. He struggled significantly last season and got pushed around by physical linemen, and the Ravens simply cannot afford to waste a first-round pick on a project player when they are in a win-now window. The margin for error in the AFC North is 0, and every pick needs to be a contributor from day one. So, what is the final, high-stakes verdict on this Miami-Baltimore blockbuster proposal? If the Ravens can successfully land a future first-round asset, a blue-chip edge rusher with superstar traits like Chop Robinson, and still manage to grab a dominant playmaker like Denzel Boston at pick 30, you have to accept that trade without a single second of hesitation. It's a move that balances immediate needs with future dominance. You could then follow that up by grabbing a dynamic, pass-catching tight end like Eli Stowers in the second round to give the offense even more weapons. Then, you solve the remaining puzzles by snagging a starting caliber center like Connor Lew in the third round. If the Ravens follow this blueprint, they haven't just won the draft, they've secured their future. This move wouldn't just fix the roster holes for the upcoming season, it would effectively set the Baltimore Ravens up for an entire decade of dominance in the AFC. But the clock is ticking, the draft room is heating up, and the draft floor is where legends are born or legacies are shattered. You better believe the entire league is watching to see if Baltimore has the guts to pull the trigger on this betrayal of the status quo. Stay tuned, because the power balance of the NFL is about to shift in a very big way.